to start to move into our core work. So I want you to tap into the core just by feeling your hands on your belly. And then just take a big inhale. Feel the belly push away into your hands. And then take a big exhale and push all the breath. Use your abdominal muscles to push all the breath out of your lungs. Tap into that abdominal muscle. And then again, inhale, deep, big, expansive breath. And then a big, slow exhale. Good. And then one more time. And big exhale. Good. Now come to a natural breath. And notice that you can still feel that abdominal engagement without having to push the air out. Okay? So just take normal breaths and then just feel that. It's kind of a pull and out, pull and out. All right? Nothing big. I just want you to tap into the sensation of all of this core here. And notice that when we do that, you're also using the sides of your body. All right. And then, so that's going to be our core engagement as we move through other poses, okay? It's a really subtle thing, and there's many layers of muscles across here, okay? All right, so one of the ways that I like to do that is to take or find our chair pose. So your feet are in front, facing forward, and your knees are over, just directly over your ankles. Keep your hands on your thighs and then hinge forward. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. Hinge forward. Keep that core engagement. And feel the spine nice and long. So don't round the spine. And then from that position, reach your tailbone down. Okay, so you're going to feel like your tailbone feathers are slightly tucked. Then from there, take one arm forward. Good. And if that feels fairly steady, then both arms forward. Good. This is our chair pose, and most likely you may be using more of your back muscles for this pose. And just notice that intensity. And when you're ready, we're going to bring the hands back down and come back to upright. Good. So that's our chair pose. That's intended to do more back strengthening, but we're using the core in front. And think about your core as like a girdle that wraps around you, okay? So we're going to play that with that core pose, that chair pose one more time while we're sitting. So hinge forward, tailbone down, core engage. Good. Back of the neck is long. Reach back through the back of the skull. All right, and then again, one arm, maybe both arms. And if not, you're just doing one arm, the opposite arm of whatever you did before. Beautiful. All right, bring your hands to heart center in prayer. Good. And then just take a gentle twist to the right. Your elbow comes toward the right, your left elbow comes toward the right knee. Good. And then come back through center. And then we'll take a little twist to the left. So right elbow comes closer to left knee. Good. And then come back through center. Good. Bring your hands back to your thighs. Come back to upright. So this is just really slow, really subtle. But that twisting motion, all of that's using our entire core. All right. So now keep that in mind as we move through our circle. So this time we're going to take our big stir the pot. Feet are a little bit wider. Imagining this big stir the pot in front of us. And we're holding onto a big ladle, a big spoon. So we start with little circles. And keep that core motion in mind, what we did with chair. And we continue to circle around, going bigger and wider. Good. Nice job. Keep it nice and slow and smooth. And then pause, switch the hand that's on top, and go the other way, opposite direction. Good. Beautiful. Using the core all the way around. All right, and then when you're ready, we'll just come right back up. Phew, take a little rest, wiggle it out. Doesn't really take that much to get the core activated. And you'll notice we it's about intention. What are you using when we come into a twist? What are you using when we reach out in front of us, okay? So that's one of our core movements. And the other one is going to be the opposite of leaning forward. So it's more like leaning back. And you can hold onto your chair. I just want you to notice that when you lean back, my throat got weird. We get to use more of our back and more of our core. And then come back to upright. All right, so we're going to add to that. So slight lean back. And now we're going to add right knee up. You got it. All right, and then release. Slight lean back, left knee. Good, and release. If you're feeling a lot from here, the flexors, that's normal. And it'll be harder if we try to straighten out the leg, but we're gonna keep it knees bent for now. I'm gonna give you another cue that might help you. Try to plug, imagine that you're trying to plug your hip bones into their sockets, and a little bit of tension as if you were drawing your thighs towards each other. Now, as you lean back, engage here, right leg up. See if that made any difference. Interesting, right? Maybe you even let go. Good, and then right leg down, left leg up. Good job. All right, option, hold on to the chair, lift both knees up. Keep the spine long. Let go if you want to. I don't know, I might fall out of my chair. All right, release. Good, so that's called our boat pose. So that whole little cue about trying to pull your thigh bone back into the socket means that we're engaging the muscles around the hips. And that's a really good way to connect to the core as well. All right, let's take a little break from that. Take the legs wide. Bring your elbows to your thighs. And actually, let's do hands to thighs and roll your right shoulder towards your left. So we're just giving ourselves a nice big stretch. And then roll your left shoulder toward the right. Good, feel free to go side to side. Or feel free to go into your forward fold when you want to. Taking a lot of tension off my upper back area. That's my area of tension. Feel free to move into your forward fold when you're ready. Good. All right, then bring your hands back to your thighs when you're ready and slowly come back up.